Hi folks, just a quick video. When Man United played Man City today and lost 3-0. First of all, the penalty, it wasn't a penalty, it was incredibly soft. But that can happen. The reality is they didn't play well again. But then again, not going to. I've said before, part of the problem is that you've got, and someone pointed us out the other day on one of these fan channels where they were looking at how United play, that Rashford, I've said all along, Rashford really annoys me and always has annoyed me. And for one major point, and it happened again today, you were seeing this all the time. Yeah, whenever the ball was hit forward, the forwards were just running forwards rather than anyone actually coming to the ball to actually receive it. Nobody wanted to receive the ball, they all wanted to run away. Basically what they're doing, they're trying to run into positions where they can be of threat, but none of them take responsibility for actually getting hold of the ball. That happens a lot. But with regards to Rashford is a player who, when the ball is crossed to him, he will 9 times out of 10 wait for the ball to come to him. He won't come to meet it. Which means often the defender will just step in front and clear the ball. Right? Because he's given a defender plenty of time to do that. Yeah, instead of coming to meet the ball. Plus also when you come to meet the ball, you can meet the ball just off the bounce, or you can decide how high you want the ball to be when you meet it. When you're waiting for the ball to come to you, you have to control the ball whatever height it would be when it actually gets to you. It's completely different. As a professional player, you have to meet the ball rather than the other way. Yeah, any decent player knows that. You step forward to meet the ball. If you can step back to meet it at a lower position, you do so, but that really is dependent upon whether you've got the space to do so. As in, is there a defender trying to nick the ball? Because the most important thing is you get the ball. Yeah, for your team, you don't let the other team get the ball, which Rashford does all the time. Yeah. And then, yeah, again they're playing Bruno on the right, which is insane. What are you doing that for? He's not a right winger. He's been played on the right a number of times and it never works because he's not a right winger. He doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have the pace to actually chase back from that position. He doesn't have the pace to actually get forward and put crosses in. That's not his position. You've got Rashford over the other side who is actually a right winger, but they're playing him on the left because what they want is for him to come in and shoot with his right foot, the same as when Aint's playing, they want him to come in and shoot with his left foot, but from the right. And you've now got the new player, new frontman. Is it Haaland or? Yeah, Haaland. Yeah. Anyway, you've got him who's very, very good in the air, but there's nobody crossing the ball in. Yeah, he's very strong, he's quick, and he's good in the air. Yet nobody's crossing the ball in. You bring this player in, and again, my criticism of the manager is quite simple. He's supposed to be a good coach and a good manager. Well, so far he's proved he's a terrible coach and he's a terrible manager. Yeah, a lot of players are talking about what a wonderful season they had last season. No, you didn't. They should have won Europa. They didn't. They fell miserably. They got knocked out by Seville really, really poorly. Then the FA Cup final, City were poor. They were basically knackered by that point because they'd fought so hard to win the league against Arsenal. And they were in with the possibility of a treble, so they're playing all these extra games. And they played poorly, but United didn't even show up to the final. They were absolutely awful. Again, that's down to the manager. And so many times when United play, when people are commenting, they say, what was the game plan? They don't even recognise a game plan with this manager. Not at all. And now, they bring in a goalkeeper who is a more aggressive goalkeeper who wants to get the ball and release it so that we can keep the ball better. But they didn't bring in any central defenders who could play that way. Yeah, I mean, okay, you've got Varane, who can play that way, and you've got Martinez. Martinez was injured already. He was injured from last season when they played him through injury. Varane just gets injured all the time anyway. So if you're relying upon Maguire can't play that way. Lindelof can't play that way. People thought Evans could, but Evans, again, he's, 36 now? So the problem is, if he gets caught in possession, he's knackered. He just can't get back. He hasn't got the legs for it now. And so you've got a goalkeeper who's trying to play away with defenders who can't play that way. Saw a game the other day. It was in Bayern Munich's game, where they got a player sent off, and at one point Kane scored a goal from his own half because, again, the goalkeepers are trying to play as an extra defender, and this goalkeeper from the other team was nearly on the halfway line, or certainly between the halfway line and his goal line at the time when Kane got the ball. He had no chance. If Kane strikes the ball well and gets it on target, that's a goal. The goalkeeper's got no chance of getting back. He's way too far forward. Again, ridiculous. Just ridiculous the way football's being played right now. Yes, have the goalkeeper playing as an extra defender when there's time to do that, when it's right to do that. But there's been lots of goals scored when the goalkeeper's been too far forward. Again, come on, wisdom. Use a bit of wisdom in it. Yeah, there are times when you can do that, there are times when you cannot. At the moment, this is the problem. There's this new way of playing that teams are trying, and it just isn't working. Because you can bring in the goalkeeper, but unless you've got the rest of the team that can do that, it doesn't work. And so, and the problem again with United, because they don't have a director of football, a proper director of football knows what he's doing. When they bring players in, they're bringing players in that suit Ten Hag. And apparently what he's trying to do, even though we see no evidence of what he's trying to do, but they bring players in for him. When he gets sacked, which he's likely to be sacked soon now. But when he gets sacked, the next manager has got his players, has got Ollie's players, and has got Jose's players still. Because there's no director of football that's bringing players in to suit the way the club want to play rather than the manager. And that's just ridiculous. I mean, Erik Ten Hag, well, the club has spent 400 million buying the players that he wanted. And I think it's about 8 or 9 players he's brought in. Yeah, most of those players won't be what the next manager wants. It's ridiculously stupid. But as I said, for me, yeah. Today, from what I saw of the game, I saw a little bit, not much, but I saw a little bit. And McTominay was playing basically as a front man. Yeah, McTominay's never been a front man. And now the desperation is you put McTominay up front because... Why? Because he's one of these players that's awkward. He's big and he puts himself about a bit, so therefore he makes it difficult for the other team. That's our hope of scoring a goal. That's United's hope of scoring a goal. Now, McTominay, who all the fans pretty much wanted him sold in the summer. And the manager didn't really fancy him. And now he's our centre forward. Yeah. That's pretty bad, really. Yeah. Yeah. So, there you go. How long has this manager got? I don't think very long. There you go. You take care. Bye-bye.